Is looking forward to this next story. The bill is coming due for students who took out loans to finance their education, and student loan payments resume next month after a 3-year pandemic pause. More than 44 million Americans hold some $1.7 trillion in student loan debt, and those loans have already started accruing interest.
Yes, you knew the payment was coming due. Now many borrowers need to rework their budgets to make their payments. Justin Drager from the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators joins us now over Zoom to go over some options. Justin, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so will these student loans resume automatically? And I guess the other question is, how are borrowers being notified about the payments due if they haven't been notified already?
Typically, if you've borrowed a federal student loan, your payments begin 6 months after you leave school. But as you just pointed out, we have all of these borrowers, tens of millions, that were on a pause through the pandemic. For all of those borrowers, they will have to begin making payment arrangements in October. The exact date will depend on when they historically had to make payments before the pandemic. And so it is going to be a bill due that they will have to deal with in the month of October.
How much lead time, though, have a lot of these borrowers been given? I know we've been mentioning it on the news, but as far as if you are with a student loan, and let's say, I don't know, you don't read the paper, you don't watch the news, how have you been notified?
Yeah, they'll have received a lot of notifications from the U.S. Department of Education. Each federal student loan borrower is assigned to a federally contracted loan servicer. So borrowers will want to be sure to log into their account with their federal student loan servicer, or they can go to studentaid.gov, log in with their FSA ID or their password, the same credentials they used when they applied for federal student aid through the FAFSA. If they've forgotten all of that, there are login and forgot my username and password informations that they can click on at studentaid.gov.
So in terms of arrangements and plans available, I mean, do they have a choice on plans?
The good news is they have lots of choices of different payment plans to choose from. They can choose a standard repayment, which is the typical payment spread out over 10 years. They also have several income-based repayments they can choose from. And the Biden administration just announced a new income-based repayment called the SAVE plan, which will base their payment off of what they can afford after deducting things like housing and transportation and food. So it's really the most affordable plan. Borrowers can move in and out of different repayment plans, and they can do all of that online through their self-service portal at studentaid.gov or through their loan servicer. I should also point out that if they can't afford to make any payment, they have deferments or forbearances. The last thing that borrowers should do is just ignore the debt entirely.
Well, that brings me to this, Justin. What about some of the graduates and the borrowers out there who are holding out hope that these loans, that there's a complete 180 and that these loans are forgiven or quote unquote canceled? Obviously, that's not a great strategy, but what would you say to people who are thinking, you know what, I'm just going to kind of hold out and hope that maybe this debt is forgiven?
Yeah, I understand the strategy. It's been a confusing year. The Biden administration has tried to forgive these debts, but it has failed in the courts. Our advice is for borrowers to go out, contact their servicer, and really try to make arrangements to take care of this loan debt in the best way they can do so possible.
And you just touched on that, those borrowers who say that they just can't afford to pay. So what about consequences that they could face? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, borrowers who ignore their debt entirely and go for an extended period of time without payment end up in loan default. And those consequences are quite dire. The good news is the Biden administration has given everyone 12 months to sort of on-ramp to repayment. That's without loan fees, without any adverse consequences if you are late. So don't ignore the debt, but also don't fret or worry if you can't make arrangements that first month. Take care of the debt as soon as possible, but you have a long on-ramp to figure this out.
Justin, we constantly have heard horror stories from people who are in the workforce and for years are paying off student loans and just cannot believe how the debt has piled up and didn't really understand it when maybe they first took out those loans. What advice would you give people who are now thinking about needing a student loan or needing to take out money in order to go to college to get an education?
Yeah, it's a real problem because people receive a mixed message. It's certainly true that college is almost always worth it when you're talking about that wage gap between not having a college education and having one. However, we have to keep in mind the amount of debt that people take on, and that can really play an impact after you graduate. So ignoring price entirely is not a good strategy when you're approaching college. It's always a good idea to plan out how much debt it's going to take you to complete college. And the real issue is for borrowers who don't think they're going to get out in a reasonable amount of time, continue taking debt, and then end up dropping out of school without a degree and with debt. That ends up being some of the worst case scenario. The good news, again, is that with federal student loans, there are always protections in place to ensure that you have a payment that you can afford, and you have protections like deferments and forbearances.
Justin Drager, thank you so much. The president and CEO of National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. We appreciate it, Justin. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.